Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm just giving the live a few seconds to get caught up with itself. Hoping and praying that my internet connection is decent enough. So, as you guys can see from the title of tonight's live, I'm going to be doing my Halloween themed makeup today. I'm planning on doing a late night filming session tonight. And I want to do a pumpkin carving video, ASMR style of course. So I thought it would be fun to experiment with lives on my channel and go live while I was doing my makeup tonight. So I also don't have my Yeti mic plugged in, so I'm just going based off of the microphone on my phone. I feel like my phone's mic is pretty, it's pretty decent. It picks up quite a bit actually for a cell phone mic. But because I can't really hear myself, I don't quite know what's constituting as too loud or too quiet. So I'm just going to do my makeup as per normal and try to do it in a relaxing way. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. So I have all of my makeup laid out here in front of me. You guys can't see it, but I've got my baggie. We're going to first start off by clipping my hair away from my face, so that way I'm not getting my hair into any yucky makeup. Just going to be doing something fun for tonight's video. Kind of want to do like an orange theme for the pumpkins. So we're just going to first start off with my base makeup, which is going to be my foundation, although I just kind of do like a spot foundation with concealer. So I might have my concealer. I have like 2 different makeup bags that I'm dipping into tonight. So let's see. And I'm sorry if like you hear my phone's notifications coming through. I'm trying to figure out how to get it off of vibrate mode, but I thought I put my phone on silent, but it's on like vibrate mode. Okay. I'm also going to try to do this without blocking the camera as much as I can. But yeah, I kind of need to see what I'm doing here. I'll use my little mini mirror so that way you guys can still see what I'm up to. We're just going to start with my concealer. I kind of like to use concealer like a psychopath and just like put it everywhere. And then while that's kind of just sitting on my face, I'm going to take some of this got to be glued hair gel that I shoved into an old mascara tube, and I'm just going to set my eyebrows down. like so. Probably can't hear much of that, but do the other side. Oh, I got a little hair sticking out. I really want to start doing more ASMR lives, but I don't quite know how to go about it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start blending in all this concealer so I don't look like a crazy person. I really don't like going as heavy on my base makeup as much as I used to because I've really been working on my skin for the past half a year, more than that, like 7 to 8 months now. And believe it or not, this is knock on wood, the clearest my skin has been in a very, 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 very long time. So I'm honestly just enjoying doing more minimal makeup. And as someone who comes from a beauty background, I've always been one to wear heavier makeup, especially when it comes to my foundation and my concealer, because I would really need to work hard to even out my skin tone and hide my blemishes. But thankfully, the regimen that I am on has been working, and I am able to, or I have been able to clear my skin tremendously by the grace of God. Yes, amen. But I've been blessed enough to clear my skin, and I'm just enjoying more minimal makeup styles, which is very new for me. So I'm going to powder this down, and I'm first going to go in with this Maybelline Superstay powder foundation in the shade 112 if you're curious. And I honestly just use this as a powder form of concealer, really, to just kind of get the more problem areas, quote unquote, if you will, of my face. So just little areas where I see a little more breakout, just so that way I'm not pounding on the liquid. It just kind of helps me get a little more coverage in a lighter way. So I don't really use or need to use too much of it. I'm gonna put a little bit on the forehead as well. And then after I'm done concealing with that, I'll just go in with my loose translucent powder. This is by Beauty Bakery. It's the Flower Setting Powder in the shade Oat Translucent. And I honestly just take a little powder puff like this. Just go ahead and blend out my crease just in case it's getting a little creasy. and tap off the excess from the lid. I just take my little sponge, I just dip. I like to do the lids first. I'm pretty generous with my powder. Really want to make sure that my makeup stays. Take it down the nose and the under eye. Same thing on the side. I also apologize if you guys hear any of my relatives in the background. My family is still awake while I'm filming this. So I'm just hoping and praying that they stay relatively quiet. Because they like to stay up late and I cannot wait forever for them to go to bed before I film. Just one of the many perks of living at home. The lighting might be a little janky as well in this video, and I apologize for that. I have these like 2 huge vanity lights that I typically use when I do my makeup, but I tried to kind of preview what the live would look like with those lights on beforehand, and they made me look like a Oompa Loompa. It was pretty bad. So I ended up just literally duct taping like a mini LED ring light, and I have it on the cool tone setting because all the other settings made me look a little funky. So it might look a little like garage lighting tonight, and I apologize for that. But at least there's some light. So I'm just taking a fluffy brush and I'm just blending all that powder, making sure everything is blended. Yeah, so I really don't like to do much with my face makeup. So now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and put some blush on. If I can find where my blush is. So this is old e.l.f. blush that I've been using. It's the Primer Infused Blush base in the shade Always Cheeky. So as you can tell, it's very loved. It's not my favorite blush in the world. It's not the most pigmented, but I do like the natural color, and it's just cheap and easy to use. So I just use it. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap some of this on my face. This is like the boring part of my makeup, is just doing like the basic steps like this. And as you can tell, I'm just like slapping it on. Like really not being super methodical about it. And I like to stipple my blush on because I feel like if I drag my brush, it kind of like alters the base makeup a little bit. And I just feel like you get a little bit more payoff when you stipple. I know it looks like I'm beating myself up, but I'm not. You could probably hear my mom yelling at my dog to go pee. It's hard to tell how much blush I should put on too, because like the lighting is so cool toned, and I'm literally just like doing my makeup in the viewfinder of my phone. I have to put just a little bit on the nose and the chin. And just like take the residual and like blend it all out. Just a little bit. Just a little. We don't need too much. Okay. Do a little bit of makeup on you too. brush tapping. Oh, look at how messed up it is. Brush tapping, brush tapping. Okay, let's go ahead and bronze it up. So for my bronzer, I'm using the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Amazonian Clay Matte Waterproof Bronzer. I'm just going to be putting a little bit of this. A little bit, a little bit. Just a little bit of this. A little bit. Just a little bit on the hollows of my cheeks. I'm just blending it out. Just like that. Just blending it out. Grab a little bit more of that product. Hopefully I am loud enough, but not too loud for you guys to hear me. Just enough to add a little pop of colour. A little bitty pop of colour. And then I always like to take the bronzer and also work it into my jawline. Just to kind of cut into that a little bit. And then down the neck to blend it out. Just give a little bit of the shadow on the neck. And do the same thing on the other side. Again, just cutting into the jawline, just like that. And taking it down the neck, the neck, the neck, the neck, the neck. Taking it down the neck. Just like that. Perfect. Awesome. Yay. So, now that we've got that done, I'm going to move on to some highlighter. And I'm going to be using two different highlighters. I'll be using the Fenty Beauty Demi Glow highlighter in Pretty Pearls, shade 01. This is what it looks like. Very nice. It's more of like a shine versus like a glitter. And you'll kind of see what I mean in a minute. So I'm just going to dip into that and do the high points of my cheeks and the temples going up into the brow bone. Just like that. So you guys can kind of see it's like a sheen and a shimmer more than it is like a glittery kind of highlight. And I'm just going to be doing the same thing on the opposite side. On the high points of the cheek, up into the brow bone, and on the temples. I'm just going to blend it out. See that? And then I'm just going to put a little bit on the tippy tip of the nose and on the bridge of the nose as well. And just a little bit on my cupid's bow. Just like that. 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 So, because I'm extra, I'm also going to go in with another highlight, although this is technically a eyeshadow. It's by Beauty Creations. It's their single magnetic shadows. And this is called Spaced Out. The shade Spaced Out. It's a little dirty from my brush, but if you can see, it's kind of like a champagne-y, goldy type of color. And I'm just going to dip in with my finger. Just dip in with my finger, and I'm just going to lightly press right along my cheekbone, going up into my temple. And as you can see, that gives it just a little bit more glittery effect to it. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just press into it, go up into the brow bone, temple, just kind of blend that out. Oh, it's so pretty. And then I'm going to go over the tip of the nose and the bridge of the nose again. Tap, 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 tap. And a little on the cupid's bow, of course. It's really that easy. It gives like my little Halloween themed nails. They're kind of growing out, but yeah. My nails look kind of rough right now, not gonna lie. Okay. So, oh my gosh, look at all my makeup from the last time I did it. On my little rag. So now that that is done, I'm going to take a second to blow up my nose because she likes to be dramatic. So I think I'm going to take this opportunity to do my eyebrows next. And before I do that, I'm just going to take a little my Burt's Bees chapstick. That's fun. And I honestly just like to do this to get the residual makeup off. To get it off my face. So I just take a little napkin and rub my lips together and then just blot it off. See all that makeup? Nasty. And that's just what was on my lips. I just give it a little wipe. And it just brings out my natural lip color as well, so that there's no like cast over my lips. I hate that. Ugh. I hate that like makeup-y cast that like stays on your lips. So let's go ahead and do my eyebrows. So this is the NYX brand brow tint pen in the shade Espresso. I'm going to go ahead and just lightly fill in my brows. And I like to do just little strokes, just little single hair strokes. I don't do anything crazy with them. I just kind of, just lightly fill them in. I've been more into the natural, like bushy looking eyebrows for some time now. I used to be stuck in like the 2012 to 2014 block brow. Or was that more like closer to 2016? I don't know. But I used to be stuck in the block brows. But I have since matured in my makeup ways. And I no longer do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a good block brow. But I just like the more natural look better. Like a before and an after. I'm going to do the other side, I promise. I just need to find my brow brush. brush, my little brow brush here, just to kind of blend it out a little bit so it's not so inky looking. I don't know if that makes sense. Now that I've got the one done, we're going to go ahead and do the other. This is my opposite side too, so I always have to kind of get fancy with it. I'm just going to do the same thing, just some natural strokes. Just like that. So funny because like sometimes when I'm doing my makeup, I don't realize it in the moment, but I'm like staring so intensely at what I'm doing that I guess I forget to blink, and my eyes just get like super dry. And then when I like close my eyes, it burns so bad. That's how I'm getting right now. That's why I'm like starting to get a little teary-eyed. Oh my gosh. Things we do for makeup. Just blending that out again. Just kind of making sure that they're even for the most part. Like this side looks a little darker than that side. I think this should be good now. What I've learned with makeup over the many years is that we don't fuss. We don't fuss over the makeup because the minute you fuss, the worse it gets. Okay, so another dab. Just a little dab will do ya. Oh my gosh. My eyes are really burning on that one. I need to learn to blink more. So, next step. I'm going to take some liner. And this is the KVD Tattoo Liner in Trooper Black. I have been using this eyeliner for years. And honestly, when Kat Von D sold her company and it became KVD instead of Kat Von D, they changed up some of the formulas. I feel like they changed this formula because I just feel like it's not as pigmented as it used to be. And I feel like it's not as like opaque as I remember it, like going on. It's still great. It's still a really good eyeliner. I still use it to this day. But I just miss the older formula. So, this is where I'm going to need to walk in because we're going to be doing winged eyeliner today, but we're going to be doing literal winged eyeliner because I'm going to do bat wing style eyeliners. So if you don't know what that looks like, keep watching. So I don't necessarily have hooded eyes, but I've noticed that as I've gotten older, the crease on my eyelid has gotten a little lower, especially towards the tail end of my lash line. So whenever I try to do my winged liner, it tends to give a little bit of an uneven lineup. So I have to kind of do the bat wing technique to give the illusion of a straight liner when I'm looking straight ahead. But when I blink, you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but like a little bit more exaggerated because we're going to go for Halloween aesthetic today. So I'm going to go ahead and get that drawn on and started. So I'm sorry if I go a little quiet. I just need to really concentrate. So typically for a bat wing liner, you're going to want to look as straight as possible. Draw your baseline or your underline first, and then kind of swipe over with that line that's going to create the shape for your liner. And you're going to kind of like go over the crease a little bit. And then when you look down, you'll see where that disconnect is, and then that's where you kind of connect it. So I know it sounds a little weird, but I'm going to go ahead and do it, and then I'll display it for you guys right now. So, sorry if I'm a little out of view. gonna look straight ahead. Okay, so as you can see how when I look straight, you can kind of see like where the liner connects, but then when I look down, it's a disconnect. That's what I was talking about. So let me continue. Okay, so as I'm looking straight, looks like a straight wing. But then when I look down, it's a bat wing. See that? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do my other side now. God, why is it so hard being a girl? Okay, there's the other side. I need to fix the tail on that a little bit. Okay, now I kind of just need to work on the evenness, but it's pretty much there, as you can see. Okay, so I'm not going to fuss around with it too much more, but it looks as even as it's going to get right now. Trying to like see from afar. I know it's looking a little Amy Winehouse right now, but promise you it'll all make sense. I just went ahead and like thickened up the bottom half of this one just so that it matches up a little bit better. But yeah, It's a little uneven, not gonna lie, but you know what? It's good enough for me. I think we're okay where we're at right now. Doesn't have to be super perfect, but it's good enough for we're at. So next step is one last step for the liner. I like to do an inner cat, little cat eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Alrighty. Okay, there's my little cat eyeliner on the inner. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now we're matching up. Cool. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. The liner is not up to lactose intolerant. Hello, welcome. Thank you. Looks great. Appreciate the love. Does not look up to my standards right now. Not gonna lie. There's a little bit of like unevenness going on here. But I feel like the more I try to mess with it, the worse I'm gonna make it. I really don't want to like make any decisions that I'll regret, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. We're just gonna leave it alone. Okay, so now is where the fun stuff starts to happen. Alright, we got the most pain in the butt part out of the way. I always have to like hold my breath when I'm doing my eyeliner. Sorry if that part was a little quiet. Dab the nose. I feel like I have some sort of leaky nose condition. But yeah, every time I do my makeup, every time, I have really watery eyes. All that poking and prodding. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a shadow liner, if that makes sense. And I'll explain what that is in a minute, but I'm just going to grab my brush for that. And we're going to be using, if I can find it, this little compact shadow brush. I hope I'm not being too loud or too quiet, because I cannot hear myself, because I don't have my Yeti mic plugged in with my headphones. So I'm just going to trust that I'm loud enough. So I'm going to be using this little KVD mini liquid lip in the shade Milagro. Milagro. It matches my nails. It's kind of like a deep pumpkin. Sounds good? Okay, good. Cool. This is like a typical, like classic pumpkin orange. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to start to create an orange shadow going from my bottom lash line all the way through the underbelly of my liner. So this is actually the look that I did when I went to Horror Nights this past week. Actually, exactly a week ago today. Yeah, last Wednesday this time I was pretty much at Horror Nights, but I'm going to dip a little bit in my liquid lip and I'm just going to stipple this onto my lower lash line and through the tail of my liner. And I'm just going to follow the shape that I've set with the liner and then like just lightly dust that shade underneath my lower lash line. And I kind of have to be very careful with this because this is kind of going to act as like a shadow base to have the shadow stick to. So as you can see, it looks a little crazy, but let's trust the process. So we're just going to feather this and blend it out a little bit. I think I might put just a little more on my lower lash line. And we're just going to kind of got to work fast with this stuff too, because it dries down pretty quickly. Okay. I'm going to put this away for now. And I'm just going to clean off some of the residual from my brush and try to blend that out a little bit. Sometimes you gotta manhandle it a little because once it starts to dry down, it just doesn't want to move. So as you can see, the edges look a little rough, but that's fine because this is just our base. So I'm going to be using two different shadows from two different palettes. This one is BH Cosmetics 80s Remix palette. This one's actually really nice. So go check it out. This one's in my thumbnail. Isn't that fun? I wish I could use this palette more often, but don't really have a lot to be wearing these types of colors too. So I'm going to be dipping into this orange shade, which is called Super Freak. Super bright, almost like a neon orange. I'm just going to dip into that, and I'm basically going to use this shade to smoke out that line and reinforce that orange a bit more. And I'm just going to focus this more on the edge to blend it all out. Just like so. And honestly, like, if you're someone that is trying to experiment with color in your makeup routine and your makeup looks, this is such like an easy and safe way to do that, because all you're doing is just adding a little pop of color to like a simple, safe look. So if you want to experiment and do something fun and different, I think doing like an underliner to like a regular wing liner is just like a great way to do that. I know color can be a little scary for peeps, so this is a good way to kind of get your feet wet, so to speak. So here we have a little little liner action. So now that we've got that, I'm gonna go in with another shade of orange. Makeup is just a bunch of layering, like, tell me I'm wrong. So this is by the Pure X Raw Beauty Christie collaboration palette. Oh, thank you for the makeup compliment. I appreciate that. But yeah, this is the Raw Beauty Christie and Pure collab palette that they did together years ago. And these are the shades. This is one side, and then this is another. Super cute. But I'm going to be dipping into the shade in my orange, which is that bad boy right there. And that is a little bit of a closer orange to the liquid lip that we used to create our shape. And this is just going to add a little bit of depth. So this color, I'm going to use it to kind of hug right underneath the liner and like stay tight to the lash line. So this is going to add just a little bit of depth to everything. Just the tiniest, teeniest bit. Just like so. And I'm just like ever so slightly tapping this on. It doesn't have to be crazy. Just enough to kind of give some dimension. And like you'll probably see me doing this. It's great ASMR, isn't it? But I actually do this to tap off the excess. so I don't have what we like to call fallout, which is basically loose pigment that falls onto your base makeup and ruins everything. So one eye is done. I kind of blend this little corner out a little more because I want to keep that shape fluid. And I feel like the dip of the eye tends to kind of make it a bit wonky. So I just like to fill it in a little more just to straighten it out. Just like that. Perfect. Now just like lightly dab on the inner portion right underneath that little cat eye that we did. Nothing crazy, just a little bit, just a little bit. So there's our before and after of doing like the shadow liner. We're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. So let me get my liquid lip again. Put on my nose again for the billionth time. This is why I feel like live ASMR is not for me, because you can see all my little quirks. Is my human showing? Alright. Part dough. So I'm just going to use the same brush. And we're going to do the same exact process. But I won't talk as much this time since I've already explained everything. And you guys can just enjoy watching me do my makeup. Put that down. Oh my god. Almost fell. Just put that back up. Okay. Let's see. This is my opposite side again, so just lightly dabbing. So as I mentioned earlier in my live, when I first hopped on here, I am doing this makeup in preparation to film tonight, and I will be filming a pumpkin carving video, ASMR style of course, as ASMR as I can make carving a pumpkin, that is. And I think I'm just gonna do like the traditional jack-o'-lantern style. I don't want to have to do anything super like complex because it's already pretty late and your girl's got work tomorrow. But really looking forward to that. I bought the pumpkin like weeks ago, but I have yet to film that video. I just honestly wanted to make sure I had the pumpkin because I didn't want it selling out and then missing out on the pumpkin for my video. But excited to film that. I also want to do another role play for Halloween. I'm thinking about doing a vampire role play, so that ought to be fun. I have the little vampire teeth and everything, so I'm really excited to do that. Sorry, I'm making concentration mode right now. One side always goes easier than the other. There's no way around it. I hope you guys have been enjoying your Halloween season so far. I hope y'all have been doing really fun stuff. Going to some haunts. Going to Halloween parties. Although I feel like it might be a little too soon in the month to do Halloween parties, but you never know. I'm just smoking this out a bit more just to blend it. Just like so. My posture is terrible. Okay. stains. There's a little bit of fallout, but nothing crazy. Just gonna dust that away. I rebuke this fallout in the name of Jesus. Alright. Last orange, and then we're done. Probably can't tell for shit on camera, but I promise they're different colors, I swear. I'm not crazy. I feel like this side went much easier than the other side. Bring it out a little bit. Cool. Cool. No doubt. Okay. Now that the pain in the ass part is done, I'm going to go ahead and complete the rest of my eye. I was like contemplating if I want to do like a spiderweb moment, but I am like spent with my patience and my energy right now, so I'm going to skip that. Maybe in a different video. Let me add my little star. This is just a little star stamp that I got from ColourPop Cosmetics. They have, I think they have different shapes and colors, but this is just like a black star stamp. So I'm just gonna stamp my face really quick. Don't mind me. Just a cute little stamp. Work. Alrighty. Let's wrap it up, sis. Wrap it up. It's already almost been an hour. Okay. So, NYX Cosmetics again, retractable, waterproof black eyeliner. Just gonna tight line the waterline on the lower lash line, and I'm only gonna do half, like a quarter to a half, from the outer to the inner. You'll see. Observe. Just gonna tight line the bottom half, and just like smoke it in. I'm not gonna do the whole bottom half. Same thing on the other side. Smoke it towards the center. And just darker on the outer. Just to kind of give it more. Okay. And then my mascara, which is in this bag. I'm going to take my little makeup, or my eyelash curler, and where's my fill? I don't know where my lighter went. Yes, I said lighter, because I like to heat my lash curler to get a more like curled look. Oh my gosh, where's my, I thought I left it in here. Dang. I don't know what I did with my lighter. Oh well. I guess we'll have to go sans lighter today. So, just gonna curl my lashes, nothing cray. Ooh, there's a cat hair on here. If I don't get this off, I'm gonna regret life. Be gone. Okay. Just gonna curl my lashes. And this lash curler is not great. It's the Japanese brand, but it'll do for now. I'm just gonna be curling these just so that it holds the shape. Now, if I really wanted to finish this look, I would do a pair of lashes, but it's just so much work right now, and I'm not in the mood for that. Plus, I feel like my eyes have been really sensitive lately, so I'm not trying to put like a crap ton of glue all over them. Flop break. Oh God. Why am I the way that I am? Comment down below. Does anybody else have this problem when they're doing their makeup? Because I hope I'm not leaking brain fluid. I actually read a story about that one time, and it's freaked me out ever since then. Enough of my traumas. Mascara. Hurry up, Amanda, hurry up. Okay, this is the Maybelline. What is this? L'Oreal Lash Paradise Waterproof. Let's get into it. I cannot believe I don't know where my lighter is. It's kind of a problem. Okay. I might do 2 coats of this. It's pretty dark as is, but just depending on how it looks, I might do another coat. Okay. And then I'm going to do the other eye. Blink, 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 blink. I think my parents went to bed because it got really quiet in the house. I'm not mad about that. Blink, blink. Also, funny story, I actually found a gray hair in my eyelashes on this eye. And I'm only remembering this because I literally just now saw it. And I love it. I know that sounds crazy, but I love my gray hairs. I think they look so cool. And I just keep finding more and more. And I just love it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I think I might do another coat. Okay. Just a little one. Just a little baby coat on the lashes. Just a little. I think I curled this one all funky because it is. I'm going in some crazy directions right now. But whatever. Okay. And the second coat on the other eye. I don't even know if this is considered ASMR at this point. I hope it's relaxing to somebody. I think it's relaxing watching people do their makeup, whether it's ASMR or not. But that's just me. So hopefully this is relaxing. So I'm going to do, again, just like kind of like a fade into the inner eye with my lashes on my, or with my mascara on my bottom lashes. I'm just focusing on the outer half and just kind of lightly feathering it to the inner half. But I'm concentrating more on the outer half of my bottom lashes because I want to kind of give like a cat eye effect and exaggerate like the ends of my eye. Okay. So I want it heavier on the outer than on the inner. Like that. Yeah. Alright. Last step. Hooray, hurrah. It's going to be lips. And I'm going to do the same burnt orange that I did underneath the eyes. Okay. Nose break. Alright. And I'm just going to do just a little overlining, nothing crazy. Just a little bit. Okay, there's one half. I look crazy. Alrighty. I gotta make sure that they're even. Does that look even? I think that's as even as it's gonna get. Cool. Okay. That pretty much does it. And I got this really cute headband from Target. Ooh. I got this really cute headband from Target that I'm going to wear for my video. Why is my hair so staticky? That's weird. Okay. So here's the final look, the finished look. Why does my hair look so flat today? Let me put my bandana on my little, what is it called? Oh, look how cute this is. I got it from Target. Oh my god, wow. So cute. So this is it, you guys. This is the finished look. Just drop that one. Oh. Okay, so this is the finished look. As you can see, we've got our little bat wing liner. We've got our smoked out lower liner, matching orange lippy. And lastly, our little bat situation up top. And then my little star. So this is my little Halloween look. I hope you guys enjoyed this little impromptu live. I will be keeping it posted on my channel for you guys to enjoy. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys want to see more lives from me. I know I didn't announce this live because, again, it was just so last minute and unplanned. But I just last minute was like, you know, I'm going to be doing my makeup for a video. Maybe I should go live and see if people enjoy it. Hopefully this video was relaxing enough. Let me know if you guys have any pointers for me on how to make this more of a relaxing experience. If I do want to do another ASMR live, If you guys want to see more trigger-based stuff, again, just let me know. It was wonderful. Thanks for the great live. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But I'm going to sign off now and then carve a pumpkin. So I'm hoping to have the video up by the weekend. I know my uploading schedule has been all over the place, so thank you all so much for being patient with me. My life has been very crazy and just chaotic at the moment. When is it not? But yeah, I am going to try to have the video uploaded by the weekend, and I do want to do another roleplay video for the Halloween season. Like I said, do a little vampire roleplay, so I think that's going to be really fun too. If you guys enjoyed this makeup live, maybe I can do a makeup live when I do my vampire roleplay video as well. But let me know. Let me know if that's something that you guys would like to see. But in the meanwhile, good night. I hope you guys enjoyed. Happy tingles, sweet dreams, and I will see you guys in my next video and or live. So, bye. Thank you for watching. And let me figure out how to turn this off. I think it's a little X button. Yes. Okay. Bye, guys. Happy spooky season.